What's up, people? How you guys doing, man? We're all colleagues with another video. This is about the tough loss of Kobe Bryant. It is so hard to believe that the fact that he was already dead at 41 years old in a helicopter crash. That was like one of the most unexpected. Yes, it wasn't like he was dying through cancer. We were hoping he'd make it. It's just like one big crash just fatally killed him, and the fact that, coming back home, watching the Pro Bowl, and then hearing that tragic news, that was like actually where I first heard it. I first heard the news happen during the Pro Bowl, and I posted on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, and it's just so shocking. I remember like watching him play. I was like a kid. I heard the name playing the old NBA Live video games, and then see him just do a lot of dunks and a lot of highlights. I was very interested in this guy. I even played him on the NBA Live, NBA 2K, and he was one of my favorite players. He was a great shooter, great dunker, great guard. Won championships, able to revitalize the Lakers during their tough era, but also getting Shaq was also like a big help to them. It's just so interesting. And when I started seeing all the posts, I think I was one of the very few first ones who made the post on Insta, but it started to spread around. And for me, I was like, man, I just looked back on his whole life, and I remember following him to his whole career. Well, not his whole career, because I was like a child, and I didn't get into basketball a little bit till I was older, but at least in the early 2000s, when he won his first three championships, I was hoping for another three-peat back in 2003, but I was hoping he got a four-peat, but that fell flat when he ended up facing the Spurs. And for him to go back to the finals almost a full year later, it was just so insane. Like, the fact that he got back in the finals, went through some tough years too after Shaq left and got traded. Also when Kobe Bryant was, the team, the Big Five, all the five starters on their team was with Gary Payton, Kobe Bryant, Rick Fox, Karl Malone, Shaquille O'Neal. They were like the Big Five, and the fact that the fact that they were on their road to the finals was just insane. And then the fact that they fell short against the Pistons, I was like, had to go to bed early, so I wake up like, oh, did Lakers win? Lakers win? I'm like, no, they lost to Detroit. So they suffered almost like a 4 year long NBA Finals absence, as they even following that they made a 1 year playoff absence, and then I think they had like the second or third year they finally made the playoffs, and then eventually the 07-08 season they finally went back to the finals. Well, Phil Jackson came back to the team because during his absence, they were having so many shortcomings, and then, Phil Jackson suffered his first round playoff loss, and then Kobe Bryant finally was able to rejuvenate. The team rejuvenated 07-08 the same time the Celtics did, and then it just ends up showing them back in the NBA Finals. And for him to win two more rings in 2009 and 10, even though they lost to our Celtics, was just impressive. Unfortunately, he couldn't capture the sixth ring, at least during the rest of his career. And, for Dwight Howard and Shaq thought that could help them, but unfortunately it didn't. And for his season to end the way it did was just very memorable, even though they didn't make the playoffs. Suffer one of the worst records in the Western Conference was just... It still had some positive note, the fact that he ended the season with the win, and for him to be honored in his last game of the season. Who would have thought 4 years later that he would tragically die in an accident like he did 4 years, almost 4 years later? It was still unexpected. I still can't even captivate that he died. Kobe Bryant died. I don't even know if this is a dream or this is real. It's just so hard to imagine. Sometimes, it's just this is something I would just like, oh, it's just a dream. Oh no, he's still alive. But it's like it really isn't. And I'm sure like even in 2003 facing his legal trial with, a 15-year-old girl, I think in some Colorado room or something like that. It was just hard to imagine that he went through that, but for him and his marriage to continue to survive after all that, after his legal sex assault, something like that, was just hard to believe. And for him to continue, like for him to drop 81 points, for him to continue working harder, it was just something that can't be forgotten or can't be replaced. So there's a lot to honor for Kobe Bryant did as a Laker, and not really a Hornet, because yeah, he was drafted but never played for the Hornets. I'll just say that. So yeah, that's my video, and now it's like it's going right now. It's like just practically all over the news now for that emotional moment that you know for Kobe Bryant's death. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. Prayers to Vanessa Williams and her 3 other children. The fact that those were Kobe Bryant and his daughter left behind. Prayers go to you guys. I just hope that they can get through this. This is going to be the toughest week for them, toughest month. And the fact that, it's going to be stuck with us for life, that he's died. You don't know when you're going to die, and that's just one of the biggest important things. You don't know when you're going to die. You don't know how's it going to happen. It's just, got to take life with, embrace life as you can, because, once you die or whoever dies, it's like they're going to be strongly missed. No matter how big or famous you are, you will be missed. So, thank you guys for this great video. It's been a while since I made a YouTube video. Miss you, man. Miss you, Kobe.